Howdy, it's me, Manic Mark, coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the Art Villa, found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. And today I'm coming to you with just a potpourri of stuff, and the camera's way up there because I was shooting stuff, and I had I had kind of like a mini flood underneath the bathtub. There's I'm going to redo the bathroom. I've been talking about that, but the tile cracked, and when the wife takes a shower, she takes a shower, you know what I mean? And there was some leakage, and nothing got damaged because everything was covered except for this organ that Tank sent me. This organ. So I let it dry out, so got a little water in it. Anyway, I was just gonna plug it in and see what happens. See how it survived. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Alright, that went well. Didn't catch fire or anything. Now I'm going to turn it on. Okay. It's got the loud lever here. I'm going to play a song for everybody. There's some keys that stick now. I could just spray some WD-40 in there. Hold on a second. I got the WD-40 with one of those little things. Okay. Okay, that's enough of that. It's not turning itself off. There we go. Okay. Now on to the next thing. I got these, couple of these. How many? I got two of them. Pull them out now. I got these chickens. And I thought about making myself a picket fence and putting these chickens on it in my front yard. I bet nobody's done that before. Okay. Another original idea by me, Manic Mark. When I have an original idea, I need to play this like, aha! I had an original idea. I'm getting another one. Anyway, okay. Now go on to the only record. Then we'll save the record for last. So I got to talk about. Oh, that's right. The last video I posted had all those ancient electronic devices. This is making noise. I got to turn it off. Bother me. Anyway. Then when you have an original idea, you won't be able to make the sound, or I can just clip it and paste it in. It's like, aha! Using the computer that allows me to do that. Anyway, okay, go on. The boxes, I figured out what everything is, even the devices, okay? Not that I know what they do, but I figured out, was able to find, even I found a catalog. The one measuring device is from, a number of the things are from the late 1800s, but one of the measuring devices that came in the case, planimeter, to measure planes. It was to measure planes. Like there were 3 in the set, and they could measure any surface in any shape, apparently. So there were 3 that could measure different types of surfaces, and you can measure the surface area, I guess, of a curved shape. But that came from, anyway, I found the catalog online. Somebody had scanned it, put it up as a PDF from the late 1800s for this company. The tools in it. Okay, so I'm putting up on the screen the one thing that nobody can figure out. I can't figure it out, and that's it right there. The thing with the insulators that come through the box that goes down to a plate with a thumb screw, heavy thumb screw, and a spring, and then copper things come up in the back, and it comes out and has one terminal in the back, which is you can put a wire through it, obviously, with another thumb screw, metal. In this case, not brass on the outside, and one suggestion is that it's some kind of like a Tesla safety gap device, but no, that's too exotic. This has got to be some kind of common testing device, unless that was, but I can't find any information. Anyway, can't find it anywhere on the web. So if anybody knows anything about that, that would be really cool. And one of the other tools was kind of rare, but yeah, I couldn't find any examples of that, but at least I know what the hell the thing is, all right, even though it's sort of rare. Okay. Now, is it time to go on to the record? Why not? Okay. So I ordered all the way from another state and not here locally where it was produced on Jewel. Rarity, a lounge record on Jewel, usually do gospel records on the Jewel label here in Cincinnati. In this case, it's a lounge group. I assume that they're local. Well, they're probably out of Indianapolis, because here's a blurb on the back. Special thanks to the Holiday Inn, I-70 East, Indianapolis, where the Lenny Wilson Trio has appeared nightly for the past 3 years, for their cooperation in making this record session possible. So he's thanking his employer, the Holiday Inn East, off of I-70 in Indianapolis, for the help on this record. It's all autographed on the back, not that it matters, because all of these records are sort of autographed on the back. But anyway, I got to hold it up close so you can see the Lenny Wilson Trio photograph, which is sort of shelf worn, okay, but they do things like I Believe in Music, the theme from The Godfather, I Am, I Said, oh, Neil Diamond song. People make the mistake of covering Neil Diamond because his songs seem as though they would be simple to do, but they aren't as simple as simple can be harder to do than, never mind. Okay, so the chickens, the organ is apparently playing okay now that I've greased up the keys, and that's a good thing. So you don't need to worry that I, destroyed the organ by not covering it with plastic like I should have. And the chickens and the fence. I'm going to build a chicken fence in my front yard as a way to, attract art buyers out here to Ryland Heights. It seems like a good idea. And oh man, I guess it's Friday the 13th is coming up. There's some, heads are starting to. Okay, so because of that, because I'm working on the book. Okay, oh, I got the book, proof of the book coming. The 382-page book, 52 illustrations, including the cover, full color on the inside. If somebody, it will never happen, but if somebody just buys the book with all the color off of the Amazon, which is where it's going to appear, you pay the one-off digital printing cost for the book at cost, which means I didn't mark it up, but at the Create Space Amazon company one-off digital book, $70. That's right, $70. I know nobody's gonna, and I don't expect to. Now, my price for the proof was $28 just for the proof. Okay, so I got 2 of them. Because I don't know if everything's going to line up right. I had to make the cover. It was like reinvestigating my ability to be a graphic arts rocket scientist, putting the thing together. I literally spent 14 hours messing with the Create Space interface, first trying to figure out fold bleeds. I just couldn't make it do without an error message. InDesign, fold bleeds, so I went down, I sized the art down, so that it was like a quarter of an inch in, and that's fine. It probably saves money because full bleed has to be more anyway. So, and it looks okay. the way it worked. And I had to rescale the art, and I was shifting around type and changing the margins and figuring out the inside margins and all that. Wow, it was a real process to get the thing ready to go online. But anyway, that besides the expense, the Kindle version, of course, will be as cheap as the old version. The first book, which would be, I think, about $4. That's just my guess. Anyway, now, but to the first book. So now that I've got this book done, oh, and I was so lucky to find a professional working copy editor to look at the book and to proof it in, like he said, the AP style, which was, you know, basically taking what I have done and making sure, you know, the punctuation was right, and he picked up the misspellings and some things that, little things that didn't make much sense. So the book is written much better than the first book, which I haven't looked at in 2 years. Literally, it was 2013. I can't remember when, in the spring maybe. So now that this book is coming back, I decided to go back to the first book and do a second edition. It's embarrassing, frankly. And I've got about, I don't know, 6 or 7 of them upstairs, copies, paperback copies of the first book. But I started editing it, like rewriting it, not changing the story at all, but every paragraph needs heavy editing, and it's, I'm almost embarrassed. I'm thinking, oh, the first book really was an outsider book, because it's, and maybe the second book is too, and I won't notice. In 2 years, maybe I'll look back at it and say, oh my God, I should have, you know, wrote this differently. But anyway, the first book, edited into the second edition. I'm going to work on the illustrations and blow them up, and I'm going to get rid of that foil border, and, you know, improve the color, and most of the drawings aren't going to take a lot of work, but just like touch up some things that seem soft in the final production. I'm going to put that book back online. It's got to be much, much better, because some of this, oh man, the way I worded it was like it needed at least another go around. But when I did it, I thought it was all fine. That's the weird thing. That's the weird thing about art. When you're doing it, you have no idea, and years later you can look back and say, well, that wasn't, you know, a complete failure. But some of the way I worded things are just, wow. I can hardly believe I did it. And now what am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to buy back all the books that are out there. It's going to be a long, involved process and take me the rest of my life to buy back all the first editions. Oh, but it's the story. It's the story that's good. That's the whole point. The story should be made into a movie.
So close your eyes, for that's a lovely way to be. Aware of things your heart alone can see. The fundamental loneliness goes whenever two can dream a dream together. You can't deny, don't try to fight the rising sea. Don't fight the moon, the stars above, and don't fight me. The fundamental loneliness goes whenever two can dream a dream together. When your eyes met mine, the time was 3:30. When your eyes met mine, it was eternity. By now you know way to be. Don't fight the wave. Don't be afraid of loving me. The fundamental loneliness goes whenever two can dream a dream together. When your eyes met mine, the time was 3:30. When your eyes met mine, it was eternity. By now you know the wave is on its way to be. Don't fight the wave. Don't be afraid of loving me. The fundamental loneliness goes whenever two can dream a dream together. Together. Thank you.